Microphone check 1 2. What is this? The 5-foot assassin with the roughneck business. I float like gravity. Never had a cavity. Got more rhymes than the wine that's got family. Tribute to Fife. R.I.P. Fife Dog. Those who don't know, Trap Called Quest. A little shout out right there. Welcome back, Coach Evans with Sip Tally Films, and today we're going to talk Ravens content, but draft content. And so I saw this article on Twitter where the Ravens their website kind of talked about showed pictures of every person that's been mocked to the Ravens. So I opened it up and I saw Christian Barrymore, who was the first person up there, but then I stopped. I said this would be a good talking session for my video tonight. And so I do know the first guy is Christian Barrymore, but what we're gonna do is 27 well, I'm looking at it right now. It's 27 photos. We're going to go through the 27 photos, and I'm going to give you my 2 cents on how they would fit the Ravens and whether I agree with the because it doesn't say who mocked it, but we're just going to talk about the prospects and go from there. And then if it's anybody in the 27 that I'm not familiar with, I'm just going to simply just say that and move on. I'm not going to fluff you and BS you and act like I know the guy I know about him. So hey, I appreciate you guys being here. Let's dive right into it. Let me flip my screen and let's get right into it. Which one I need to click on? I think it's StreamYard. There we go. All right. So the first one up is Christian Barrymore, defensive end for Alabama. Christian's well, as you know, all Alabama players, strong, powerful, explosive, and I think he'd be like a 5-tech force. Like he would play the position Calais plays. For that point, though, I don't think he's somebody we should take at 27. I think we have other pressing needs than that 5 technique. I do, because if something happens, you can move Wolf to that 5 technique, and then slide somebody in Matabuke or whatever in Wolf spot, or it's a bunch of different things you could do with those front 3 guys that I don't think Barrymore should be the guy we pick up at 27. Not to say he's not a dog. I just don't think he's a guy we should pick up at 27. All right, let's move on to the next slide. Carlos Boogie Basham. Now, there's a distinct difference between edge and defensive end for Baltimore. Defensive ends for Baltimore are kind of like Calais Campbell. It's what not Judon. It's I don't know what she got going in there. I lost my train of thought. Judon was an OLB. But Basham would be like in the lines of the outside linebacker. That's why I say edge. He wouldn't be the 5 tech. But he still could probably kind of slide and play that in pass rush situations. But as far as Boogie Basham, Carlos Boogie Basham, I did a review on Basham. It's out there. Please go check it out. But Basham could be a guy that we take at 27. I don't think we should. I think he's a round 2 guy. I don't think the need for us is that important to get an edge guy at 27, unless he's one of those top tier, those top 3 or 4 guys. And what I mean by those top 3 or 4 guys, I mean now watch the go. I'm gonna forget just that fast. See, look at mine went blank. That alone made my mind go blank. Basham was not in that list. See, I drew a blank. Oh, here we go. If it's not Quiddy Pay, if it's not Phillips, if it's not Azeez Ojulari, those if it ain't one of those 3 guys, I don't think we should go first round with an edge guy. See how I pop back in there? Old age, man. Old age. All right, let's go on to the next one. Rashad Bateman, I think a legit contender for us to draft at 27. I think he's right around 6 feet. I got a video on Bateman out there. If you have not seen it, please go check it out. Appreciate you going there. I didn't even look over there to see what's happening. To see, that you helped me out. Appreciate it. What up, Dre? I see you. But again, back to Bateman. He's a legit option at 27. And I think as far as wide receivers go, I think the other guy's going to be up here too, so I'm not going to talk about him. But I would not be mad with Bateman at 27. And if you guys agree with me, just say that in the chat box. I think Bateman is a legit option at 27. His tape that I showed on him was pretty good. He's a Georgia boy. Garnett, you probably like that. He's from Tift County, so that you say that as I say it. So I know you like that guy, and I think he's a legit option for us at 27. Let's go on to number 4. Deontay Brown, interior O-line. Look at him. Look how big he is. Don't he remind you of Fluker? Look how big he is. He moves better. Well, Fluker moves pretty good at that age too, but this dude is massive. Massive. Could he jump in and play guard right now? Honestly, if we drafted him at 27, I wouldn't be mad, but I don't think he could start right now. I don't. I think the only position that we draft that will start would have to be a center. I don't think he could start over Bozeman and who else? Bozeman and Ben Powers and some of those other guys. I just don't. But that's my 2 cents. Let's move on. Because we got 27 slides. I ain't trying to keep you here past 27 minutes. Zaven Collins. This is a guy that recently came on my radar. Outside linebacker. I don't know much about him. I got to go look at him, so I'm not going to even, like I said, I'm not going to fluff you on Zaven Collins. Recently popped up on my radar, and I got to go check him out. I don't know much about him. If I could find some film on him, maybe he'll be one of the few guys I get to do. There they go again. Get to do tape on. Don't be alone. She just said I'm making cotton candy. Next slide. Christian Darrisaw, a legit option. I think he can play tackle and guard in NFL. I still don't think they could beat out the two guys. I don't think they could beat out Bozeman or Powers right up front. I just don't. I could be wrong because it's the NFL. I could be wrong, but a legit option at 27. Next, Wyatt Davis. I don't know much about Wyatt. I know he was the guy Master Teague had a ton of rushing yards running behind Wyatt, so I'm not going to speculate on him. I would have to look at him. And I didn't get a chance to do a lot of O-line this year. Maybe I can sneak some in before the draft, but we'll see how that goes. Caleb Farley, cornerback. Now I know Caleb is one of the top corners projected. But should we use a first on a corner when we have 2 of the top tier corners out there? Using a first to get him would solidify us. We can go 3 corners deep, but I still think our holes, would still be glaring. So I just couldn't justify us picking a corner at 27. I can't do it. I can't. But Farley is a great prospect. I think, on the right team, a day one starter. Day one. Next, Richie Grant, safety. Now, I do think we need a safety because I know Chuck Clark has a high intelligence, high IQ, and I know the Joker comes down and lays the wood. But I don't see a guy back there that has range. We don't have a rangy safety. We don't have a rangy safety. And Richie Grant probably could be a rangy safety for us. But because our corners are so good and we play so much man, we kind of get away without having a rangy safety. And I still think our other holes are more glaring to justify taking a safety in the first round. Agree or disagree? Bombers waiting on safety for next year. Yeah, Bubba's that deal from Miami. J.C. Horn, probably the best corner in the draft. Probably the best corner in the draft. And we do need a ball hawk back there, Dre. I agree. I just think we need other things at the moment. I just think we need other things at the moment. That's my 2 cents, though. I'm not sure. But J.C. Horn is probably one of the best corners in the draft. Look at those arms. So you know he gets a ton of PBUs. Probably knocks a ton of balls, not knocks a ton of balls away, but any bad balls thrown, he probably go get some. Just look at that length. And I think Horn is like maybe 6'1", maybe 6'2", if I'm not mistaken. It's this dude right here is that he good. He good. I would love to have him, but we got corners and we need other things. I know I keep saying the same stuff, but it's true. Creed Humphreys there at 27 and we pick him. I'll take it. Next slide. He'll start. Tevin Jenkins, O-line from Oklahoma State. I don't know much about Tevin Jenkins, so I'm not going to speculate, but he looks pretty darn big right there. Yeah, we need a slot corner because Jimmy's old. Tavon hurt. I do like Avery, though. I like Avery. Y'all know I like Avery. But when Avery goes out there and we stick Marlon in the slot, I'm cool with that. I really like Avery, and he made strides this year. Everybody was hating on Avery at first, but Avery really held his own this year, even though he got beat some, but what corner didn't? All right. Leatherwood's a tackle for Bama. Depending on what happens with Orlando, this could be an option. Depending on what happens with Orlando, it could be an option. So, as far as Leatherwood goes, Leatherwood's a monster. Leatherwood's a beast. Him and the kid I just talked about earlier, the guard, they dogging people. But if Orlando's gone, Leatherwood definitely should be a potential option to play right tackle for us. All right. Cam, I think AA got on the job training because he was, everybody was talking about him not being that he can't cover, but if every game Avery got better. I think Avery got better every game. Rubs hand like Birdman. This is the guy I think we getting, and I think Mel Kiper has put this dude there a bunch of times to us, but I think he fits what we need. Tall, fast, rangy. Was a number 1 at LSU with not good quarterback play. An entire NFL roster gone from the year before. The supposed number 1 guy didn't play, so he was the guy. So that means he got all the coverage and still balled out. If I'm not mistaken, is that not J.C. Horn back there chasing him? That J.C. Horn and that's blurred out back there. So ain't much. Marshall's the guy, but I think Marshall's the 4th or 5th best receiver in this class. I think it's Chase, Smith, Waddle. Then you can look at Bateman and Marshall as kind of a 4 or 5. You could kind of flip flop it. I forgot exactly which order I had it in my top 99, but I definitely take Marshall all day and twice on Sundays. Jalen Mayfield. I don't know much about Jalen, so I'm gonna go on. Trayvon Moreeg, one of the safeties from TCU, great player. Ball hawk that somebody just said we need in the background, but again, I just don't think safety is what we need in the first round. But you just don't know that with DaCosta. He may just go BPA the entire time, and if he BPA at the time, so be it. But that would shake some things up. If we went safety first round, that would definitely shake some things up. All right. Rondale Moore, small guy, a lot of burst, a lot of twitch, a lot of speed, a lot of explosiveness. Kind of sound like I was describing Duvernay and Hollywood, don't it? When I was giving you a description of Rondale Moore, kind of sound like Duvernay and Hollywood. So I think we got that on the roster already. That's why I wouldn't go with Rondale Moore. I think we have that on the roster. Azeez Ojulari. if Azeez Ojulari is there at 27 and we pick him, you won't hear me say a word. Like I was upset when we picked our running back last year. You won't get that same reaction this year if we pick Azeez at 27. And I think Azeez is I don't think he has the best upside. I think Phillips has the best upside as an edge, but I think Azeez is the one that could step in and play and be effective right now. I think that's because of his strength, his moves, the nuance about him. I think he could step in and play right now. I think Phillips, even though he has the bigger upside and can do more things, I think he still got to learn the game, a little bit more of the game, and get more of it in his man body. And if you look at Azeez, if you look at this picture right here, just look at that. Look at that. His body looks just as good as the tackle's body. So I think Azeez is the most ready edge right now, but I don't think he's the best edge out there. And that's probably a contradiction of itself, but it depends on projection and upside. Like I can see Azeez having the better rookie year out of than Phillips, but I can see Phillips having a better career. I don't even like this dude. Next, I don't like him. Stiff. I don't like him at all. I don't even think he made my top 9 edge guys. I don't think. Jason. Oh, I forgot you say his name. This is the guy that ran the 4.3 at Penn State. If you go look at his highlights and you go look at game tape, all his plays are versus inferior comp. They played Ohio State, I think. Dude had half a tackle. Half a tackle. I need to see production. Lunch break hot tape. See you out there. I appreciate you. Appreciate you for the DM we talked about. Can't wait to get it. But this dude, I didn't see him make plays versus quality competition. Now he probably got numbers. And then he ran that 4.3 at the combine, so everybody's drooling over him and got to wipe their mouth and pick up a spit when they see him. But this dude didn't make no plays versus Ohio State. And Ohio State is the NFL comparison in the Big Ten. Make sure I say that right. In the Big Ten. So he make plays versus them. I don't see him making plays, consistently on Sundays. Probably gonna be a hell of a special teams player though. Just like when I do SEC tape. If I can find tape on Alabama, you versus Alabama, I'm going to that. Because Alabama's the standard. And in that conference, Ohio State's the standard. All right, moving on. Jeremiah Owusu Kamara. He would knock you know what in the dirt. He will knock you know what in the dirt. Now, I don't think we have. I wouldn't be mad at this pick. I can't even front. I can't even front. I like this dude. He fast. He played with like a. And I normally don't like Notre Dame guys. I normally don't. But I like this dude. Again, he would knock you know what in the dirt. And he plays fast. And he's instinctive. And he don't play scared. And he bring the hat to pulling guards, to tackles. He just I ain't gonna say reckless, but he play like a warrior. If that makes sense to you, he plays like a warrior. And then with his skill set, and Cam just said it. Wink would have a fear that yes, that's exactly all the stuff. The words I'm stumbling over, you just summed it up right there. Wink would have a fear day with this dude. You could put him in a bunch of different positions. Pass rush, he can go down and put his hand in the dirt. In a 3-4 set, he could be an outside linebacker to drop. Maybe blitz, from a disguise situation. I like this dude. I really do. All right, let's move on to 22. Best edge in the draft to me. Behind the quarterbacks, probably. If you take the quarterbacks out, definitely a top 10 talent in the draft. And he come in front of you. What more you want? Comes in front of you by way of UCLA. And honestly, I think I hope that his concussion issues are long gone, and that don't hurt his NFL career. But if they do have concerns about his concussion issues, as long as our doctors are fine with it, because the other people can just keep passing him up all the way up into 26, and we'll take him. I'd appreciate to have him, in the purple and black. But Phillips was my number one edge guy. Go watch that film on Phillips. Appreciate the support if you watched it already. If you have not, go do so. 23. Rousseau. Same number, same team, different year. Rousseau opted out. Now, Rousseau was like number 5 or 6 on my top 9 at 9. But Rousseau, his upside is so big that he potentially could be the best player in this draft. Potentially. Rousseau, his upside is just that much. Rousseau could potentially be the best player in this draft. And if I'm still doing this 4 or 5 years from now, write this down. He potentially could be the best player in this draft, but he also could be out of the league next year. Just let that sink in for a minute. The dude's only been playing defense for 2 years. High school, he was a safety and a receiver. I'm not sorry. He only been playing defensive line for 2 years. He was a safety and a receiver in high school. Played freshman year at Miami. Played sophomore year at Miami when he put up the big numbers. Opted out his junior year, and now he's in the draft. Go check him out for yourself, man. Check out that sophomore season. All over the place. Playing 0, playing 3, playing 5 technique, stand up, edge guy. It's doing it all. Oh, somebody dropped something. Who that?
In the flesh.
Appreciate you, Dre. Dre dropping the 5 in the super chat. Appreciate you for coming through. That's my old Madden buddy right there. Used to kick my butt all the time. All right, Kadarius Toney. Tony's a special talent. Tony has a skill set like no one else in the draft. Tony can play Wildcat QB. If I'm not mistaken, Tony was a quarterback in high school. He play slot receiver. You can line him up in the slot, run jet sweeps with him. You can kind of orbit motion him and run inside zone and let him be the pitch guy. You can, have him in slot and put the outside guy in motion and he can turn into an outside receiver. Tony has a unique skill set, probably unlike anybody in this draft. There may be some other guys that can do what he does at a smaller conference level, but Tony did this stuff in the SEC. And so for that right there, getting with the right OC, this kid could be special. I just don't think that it's with the Ravens though. And will he be a first round pick? He might. He just might. I just hope he don't go to number 32. 31. I just hope he don't go to 31. Because his versatility and that plethora of play design and quarterbacking, that would be dangerous. Let's go on to 25. We're almost done. Joe Tryon. And if you watch my video on Joe Tryon, I butchered his name. I called him Tyron the entire video. And I apologize for that, but it's Joe Tryon. And some people were saying this guy sucks. I don't think so. I like this dude. Now, I don't like him at 27, but I like this dude. If he's there in the second round, I really do. Go watch my film on him. You watch film about him from other people, they're gonna tell you he sucked. I didn't see it suck, and some other scouts didn't see that either. I saw a couple people had not that high praise on Tryon, but a decent grade on him and good things to say about him. Not saying he sucked. I like the tape I saw on him, man. Again, I did tape on him, so go back and watch if you have not. And 26, Aaliyah Vera Tucker. That's the tackle. I think he's the tackle from USC. Again, I didn't do many O-linemen this year, so I don't know much about it. I just know he was probably in that second tier of tackles they said was pretty good. So we'd have to see, but I don't want to speculate. I would have to watch tape on him. And last but not least, was that it? Rashad Weaver, edge from Pittsburgh. Now, there's a guy that his teammate that I didn't see on this list that I think is better than him. I'm trying to think his name. Trying to think of Weaver's teammate. I think his teammate is better than him. So with that being said, I definitely would not want Weaver at 27. What is his name? I can't remember. Because he got dreads. Dark skinned dude, got dreads. I can't think his name. But 27, no. But again, the people in this draft that in this montage that I see, I think we should really have a shot at and should go after at 27. Let me see if I can find them real quick. Phillips and Rousseau. I wouldn't be mad with either one of those. Wouldn't be mad with JOK. Somebody put in the chat box. They helped me out. No. I wouldn't be mad at Aziz. Can't hate on Moray, but I just don't want him. Marshall, I'm a huge fan of Marshall. I think Marshall should be the guy. If you want me to pin it down to one guy, I think Marshall should be the guy. Creed Humphreys, I wouldn't be mad at that. Horn, no. Even though I think he's good. Grant, no. And just because I'm saying no to these people, I don't think they're bad. I just don't think they're right for us right now. Let's see who else on this list. Darasol. I need to watch Collins. I saw somebody say Collins is a beast. I wouldn't be mad at Bateman either. Wouldn't be mad at Bateman. Boogie, I like Boogie, just not at 27. And then I don't think we had a need for Barrymore at the moment. Even though we could use him if he was on the team, I just don't think we had a need for him. So with that being said, Patrick Jones. There you go. Thank you, Jimmy. That's his name. Patrick Jones is the kid from Pitt that I was thinking of. But this is my little 2 cents on, and this article is on BaltimoreRavens.com if you want to go look at it yourself. But that's my little 2 cents on it. And, just trying to bring you something every day this week. Maybe I'll find some film tomorrow. Maybe we'll have another talking point depending on what going on in Ravens land. I know the big thing is trying to get Houston? Trying to get Houston to go ahead and sign before he leave. But, it is what it is. So depending on if we get an edge guy to sign before the draft, that may be taking some of these edge guys out, out the picture. So, yeah, it is what it is. But again, this Coach Evans with Tyler Films, man. I appreciate you guys for coming and kicking it with me for about 30 minutes. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you disagree with what I said, or if you agree with what I said, put it in the comment section because the chat box is about to be closed. See you guys in some way, shape, form, or fashion tomorrow. Peace.